I had to pick a rookie of the year at this time,
Like today, you had to pick,
today
you know?
it's Angel.
Hello, basketball fans, and welcome back. If you were here, you already know we're about to dive deep into the world of WNBA with a focus on one of the most exciting players the league has seen in years, Caitlin Clark. You've seen the highlights, read the headlines, and maybe even watched the games. But today, we're going to take a closer look at Clark's incredible journey and her impact on the WNBA, her team, and the sport as a whole. So, if you're excited about the WNBA and want to keep up with the hottest stories, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all the action. Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA. She exploded onto the scene as the first overall pick in the draft. From the moment her name was called, expectations were sky high. After all, this was a player who had dominated college basketball, putting up numbers that had everyone wondering, could she do the same in the pros? Well, Clark has not only met those expectations, she's exceeded them. Before the Olympic break, Clark was already putting up elite numbers, averaging over 17 points and 8 assists per game. For a rookie, those stats are nothing short of spectacular. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. What's truly impressive is how Clark has managed to adapt to the WNBA's physicality and pace, while maintaining her signature style of play, confident, fearless, and absolutely lethal from anywhere on the court. Of course, the road hasn't been entirely smooth. Clark has faced her share of challenges, from tough defensive schemes designed to shut her down to the inevitable trash talk that comes with being the new kid on the block. Veterans in the league have tested her limits, and some critics were quick to label her as too arrogant or too confident. But here's the thing about Caitlin Clark: she thrives on that kind of adversity. Every shove, every trash-talking opponent, and every doubter has only fueled her fire. A recent incident that got everyone talking was when Skylar Diggins-Smith shoved Clark during a game. Instead of backing down, Clark responded by telling the Seattle Storm bench to stop crying. This moment wasn't just about standing her ground, it was a statement. Clark isn't here to be bullied or disrespected. She's here to dominate. When the WNBA took a break for the Olympics, many players took the opportunity to recharge, and Caitlin Clark was no exception. However, she didn't just rest, she came back even stronger. It's as if the time off allowed her to absorb even more basketball knowledge and skill, and the difference has been noticeable. In the first game after the break, Clark showed why she's considered one of the league's best players, rookie or not. She dropped 29 points, dished out 10 assists, and grabbed 5 rebounds against the Phoenix Mercury, leading her team to victory. But she didn't stop there. In the following game against the Seattle Storm, Clark broke the WNBA rookie assist record with 225 assists, surpassing the previous record held by the legendary Tisha Penicheiro. And the most exciting part: there are still several games left in the season, meaning Clark is likely to push that record even further. At the start of the season, many predicted a fierce rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, another highly touted rookie. While both players have had impressive seasons, it's becoming increasingly clear that Clark has set herself apart. Let's break down the comparison. Clark is currently averaging over 16 points, more than 8 assists, and nearly 6 rebounds per game. These numbers aren't just impressive for a rookie, they're elite for any player in the league. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court, combined with her court vision and playmaking skills, makes her a unique threat. Defenses have struggled to contain her because she's not just a shooter. She's a playmaker who elevates the entire team. On the other hand, Angel Reese has had a solid season, particularly in rebounding. She's shown a knack for pulling down offensive boards, but her offensive game has been less consistent. While she has the talent and potential to become a star, Reese has struggled with finishing near the basket, posting one of the lowest finishing percentages for a rookie in WNBA history. Efficiency is where Clark really shines. Her ability to hit long-range shots changes the dynamic of every game she plays. Teams have to guard her well beyond the three-point line, which opens up space for her teammates to operate. Meanwhile, Reese's struggles around the rim have limited her impact on the offensive end. But this comparison isn't just about stats. It's about impact. Clark isn't just putting up numbers. She's transforming the Indiana Fever's entire approach to the game. Her presence on the court makes everyone around her better. And that's something you can't measure with statistics alone. At the beginning of the season, the Indiana Fever were seen as a rebuilding team. They finished last season at the bottom of the standings, and not many people expected them to make a significant leap this year. But with Clark leading the charge, the Fever have become a team no one wants to face. Currently, the Fever are sitting in 7th place in the WNBA standings with a 13-15 record. At first glance, that might not seem impressive, but considering where they were, it's a remarkable improvement. Clark has completely changed the team's playing style. The Fever now play fast, exciting basketball with lots of movement and a focus on transition opportunities. This new style has not only contributed to their success, but has also made Fever games must-watch events. Speaking of must-watch events, Fever games have become some of the most viewed in the league since 2001. Packed arenas and skyrocketing TV ratings are becoming the norm, and it's all thanks to the Clark effect. Fans are traveling from all over just to see her play, and her impact on the team's culture is undeniable. With a series of favorable games ahead, the Fever's playoff chances look better than ever. If they continue playing at this level, especially with Clark leading the way, a playoff spot isn't just possible, it's probable. Clark isn't just changing the game, she's changing the team's entire trajectory, turning them from underdogs into legitimate contenders. As Caitlin Clark continues to dominate on the court, the media and fans have taken notice in a big way. The term Clark Mania isn't an exaggeration, it's a reality. Every game she plays becomes a trending topic on social media, with fans sharing her highlight plays, debating her stats, and marveling at her impact on the game. What's even more impressive is that Clark is attracting new fans to the WNBA. People who had never watched a league game before are now tuning in regularly, just to see what she'll do next. She's making women's basketball a must-watch event, proving that it can be just as exciting, technical, and popular as the men's game. The comparisons to NBA stars have already begun, with some even suggesting that Clark is generating more buzz than many of her male counterparts. And it's not just about the on-court performances. Clark has become a cultural phenomenon. Her jerseys are selling out, and ticket sales for Fever games have skyrocketed. She's more than just a player. She's a symbol of what's possible in women's sports. As we near the end of this deep dive into Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it's time to ask some big questions. Has Clark already secured the Rookie of the Year award? Based on her performances and impact, it's hard to argue otherwise. She's not just leading the race, she's redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA. But let's go even further. What is Clark's place in WNBA history? Are we witnessing the birth of a legend? The potential is certainly there. She has the skills, the mindset, and the impact that could see her go down as one of the greatest players of all time. And remember, this is just her first year in the league. Looking ahead, the sky's the limit for Clark. If she continues on this trajectory, she could very well lead the Indiana Fever to multiple playoff appearances. And who knows, maybe even a championship. But beyond team success, Clark has the potential to change the way people view women's basketball. She's proving that the WNBA isn't just a league to watch. It's a league to follow, to invest in, and to be excited about. So, what do you think, basketball fans? Is Caitlin Clark already a lock for Rookie of the Year, or is there still room for surprises? Will she lead the Fever to the playoffs, and beyond that, where do you see her fitting into WNBA history? Could we be witnessing the rise of the greatest of all time? I want to hear your thoughts, so leave